All right, so hopefully this is all working out the way it should. I have no idea if it's actually live yet. Give me a second to see how we're faring. There we go. I look to be live, and then I'll just kind of hang tight and wait for you guys to get the message popping up in the notification. And yeah, in the meantime, I'll probably answer some questions that you guys have. I see we've got Vivid Cinema. You said howdy. Howdy, Chief. How's it going, man? And as you guys probably saw, I've got the Samsung Frame today. Didn't really have the energy to do all the videos on it that are required for unboxing and all that stuff, but I gotta say, it's a lot heavier than I thought it was gonna be for just a 55 inch. So I figure, like, if you start going up in size, that thing's gonna get pretty damn heavy. Now, I know a lot of that's the One Connect box, but still, something to think about because, man, I did not expect it to have some weight to it. But we've got Starvin Marvin. What's going on, man? You said, what up, bro? What's going on? We've got a retracted message. All right, but either way, it's good to see you guys. We're going to have a casual conversation. We're going to hang out. We're going to relax. I've got a couple things planned as far as content pieces. Obviously, the Q8FN behind me, I'm going to be comparing that to the Frame. A lot of people want to know how these new TVs are faring. I don't really have an answer as far as the Frame goes. It's like I've never actually reviewed the Frame. The Frame is like the one TV I've always kind of just been like uninterested in. I don't know. I just never really gave it a shot. So that's what we're going to be doing. Angel Gonzalez, you said, what's good, bro? Stay blessed. Thank you, man. What's good? Stay blessed to you as well. We've got Carlton Ashley. You said, what TV should I get? Depends on your usage, how you're using it, man. We've got Growing with Lizzie. You said, hey, what's going on? We've got RRJ411. You said, looking to buy the C1. Should I wait till Black Friday? I mean, you can, but I wouldn't. The 65 inch, for example, that's on sale right now for what is it? 1796 or something like that for the 65 inch. And then for the 55 inch, it's still what is it? 1490 something, 13. No, 13 is the one it's going to drop down to. We're waiting for the 1349 for Black Friday. I mean, you could wait for it, but I highly doubt that you're going to see anything lower than 1799 right now. I think it's pretty much hit its Black Friday price, and that's going to hold until like maybe like a couple weeks, and then they're going to skyrocket the price back up, and then shortly near Black Friday, if that makes sense, they'll lower it again. So I would pull the trigger now if you're looking for it in a bigger size or something, or maybe just wait if you want the smaller size. We've got Craig Ostenberg, Oysterberg. I hope I said that right. You said hi. What's going on? We've got Melvin Garcia. He said, what's up? What's going on? We've got Chintu Pat. You said, hi. How's it going? And I want to thank all you guys for coming out. I appreciate it. It's always lovely when I have audience here of you guys coming out to say what's up and show the love. So that's always cool. And of course, if you guys have questions, any question, ask them down below. This is your time. And I really just want to dedicate this time to you guys to kind of ask all the questions you have because I know I never get a chance to answer every single comment. I'm still kind of behind on the website even with a lot of the DMs. So if you have a burning question, now's the time. Definitely ask. Fernando, you said, what's up, Q? What's going on, man? You said, I bought recently a C1 following your advice. I'm blown away by the picture qualities. Salutes from Guatemala. Very nice. Appreciate it, man. I'm glad you're enjoying your experience. I know I'm for one, dude, like I am literally shocked that it's an LG. I'm not going to lie. Because last year it was like so very different than what we have this year. And this year it's so much better. And I'm just sitting here like, you could have done this. You were like right there, Sony, like right there. So I'm really happy that now we have this really high quality like picture on an LG to the point where like, I know a lot of the Sony guys aren't going to want to hear this, but Sony's got to become harder than what LG's just did because you're talking about they got all the features, all the bells and whistles. They hit the super low price point. They have a varying amount of screen sizes. Thinking of people with smaller living arrangements, so a 48 inch if you need a smaller space for your home, and of course a price to go with that of $12.99 or something like that. I mean, like they're really thinking of everything, and Sony's just kind of sitting here like, yeah, we're Sony. 2 years later, we're gonna give you your VRR. Just saying, bro. I can't believe that Dude, like I'm still on that. I mean, I love how like everybody in the AV community, like except for me, they're just kind of like, yes, this is a great thing. I mean, yeah, better than nothing, sure, okay, fine, but can we also couple that with why did it take you 2 years? Let's be very clear. After 1 year, the TV is discontinued from the manufacturer and there's basically no support. So the fact that they waited 2 whole years, like nobody can even really buy this TV anymore, and I feel like that was done on purpose. I feel like it was just a way to kind of keep you from buying the old TV when the new TV comes out. You know what I mean? I don't know. Feels a little chisty to me. I don't really like it, but that's my opinion there, I suppose. We've got Carlton. What's going on? You said watching TV and playing games. Is the Hisense good? It depends on which Hisense. I usually stay away from like the A series. I don't really like those too much. But I find that their U series, all of those TVs were pretty much bangers this year. The U8, the U7, the U6, all those TVs were great. I would love to see the U9DG, but I don't know what's going on with that model, so I just gotta wait like everybody else to figure it out. We've got Melvin. What's going on? You said, is the Hisense H9G better than the U8G? I mean, yes and no. I feel like colors are better, so you can find things like gradients looking like a little smoother, a little bit more colorful, and the color space that they pick, they don't really name a color space, but the way that they go about colors is more not just vibrant, but they hit more shades of color. So I feel like in that aspect it's better. Motion I feel is about the same. I really don't feel like there's. I think maybe the H9 is a little better in motion. But black levels is where you take the turn for the worst with the H9G. But most of the experience, they're pretty comparable to one another. They really are. Not a whole lot has changed between those two televisions. We've got Bling in JK Bling. You said, yo, what's going on? Quite the username you got there. What's going on, Gene? You said, got my C1 on Tuesday. So happy. Thank you for your settings. You said, any word on game mode settings. You said, also, I have the latest update. Is that okay? I don't know about the latest update. I stopped updating my C1 after the game bar patch. That was where I was like, I'm happy. So if I'm happy, I don't need to update it. And I just kind of, took it offline, and that's where it will stay for good. But it should be fine. I don't really see them doing anything too crazy with the updates. As far as what's the first part of your question, any word on game mode settings? Yes, I think I've put out the game mode settings already, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to go on the channel here and look. I'm not entirely sure. Let's see. HDR settings. I think those were just HDR settings. I really didn't put out the gaming settings? I thought I did those. I'll have to put those out. I could have sworn I put those out already. I like they're done. Like they're literally finished. I literally have 1,000,001 things that like always pile up. So yeah, sorry for the wait. I'm still gotta get out those A8G settings that I've been talking about for the longest time. Like everybody's still waiting on those. It's just like there's so much going on. I'm running all over the place. So I appreciate the patience, guys. For real though. We've got Wayne. What's going on, man? You said, are you going to do Hisense U8G versus the the TCL R646? No, I'm not going to be doing that comparison because I'm done with the review of the TCL, so there's not really a need to repurchase it for a comparison. And honestly speaking, most people are either going to buy one or the other either way. I feel like if it came down to like you wanting to know which one is better, I would just simply go with TCL if you want the deeper black levels and the better motion and the sharpness and clarity, but know that there is a black crush issue. Hisense for basically everything else. That's how I would go about that. What's going on, Dave? You said, Quantum, so much better seeing your face and body language when answering questions rather than a Deadpool mask or playing video games or something. Playing video games like all the other AV reviewers. Yeah, I mean, it was one of those things where it was just kind of like, I never really live streamed before. It's like a very new territory. This is literally like the second live stream that I've done where I'm on camera and I'm literally just talking to you guys. Like this is a whole new animal for me. So You know, me, I'm very like simplistic, I guess, in my approach. So I would sometimes rather just sit down with like a casual game, let it run in the background, and just answer questions. There's so much going on right now. Like just to shatter the fourth wall, so you guys can kind of understand what's going on. I've got my microphone, I've got my monitor, I've got my computer, I've got cables everywhere, like this, and then of course there's lighting all over the place. Like it's bro, it's a setup. It's a lot of work. So yeah, to want to do this on every single live stream, I get why some people don't do it because it is work. It's definitely not. And then you got to set up your OBS and all that stuff. So it's something that it's a learning curve for sure. But you know, once you figure it out, then you're golden, I guess. And I guess learning. So let me know how I'm doing, guys. I'm sure I'm gonna get a lot of people that's like, you suck at your job, but that's okay because you know it's like day 2 of me learning how to live stream and stuff. So fingers crossed that I'm doing it right and everything's good with audio also because I like have no concept of how to balance out the audio right now. So if it's crap, I apologize. It'll get better with time. But yeah, man. We've got Jordan. What's going on? You said hi, mate. How's it going? We've got another question. I got the Xbox Series X. Will you do? I'm sorry. Will or do you have a video to go over the specs I should use for the C1? What do you mean the specs you should use for the C1? Like how you should set up the Xbox with the C1? Let me know because I'm a little unsure. We've got Javier. What's going on? You said, "What's up, Quantum? Love the channel. Any thoughts on the TCL 85XL QLED 85R 70 or 745?" That's a lot. But no, I don't really have much thoughts outside of it's probably going to be what we saw out of TCL with the R6, what is it, R635, I believe. I think it's going to be like like a hair better, but not much. I'm not really expecting a lot, and I've heard that viewing angles are horrible when you start stepping off axis. So at that point, it's just kind of like, yeah, it's kind of like the experience I had on the TCL R635. I mean, I'm not really expecting a whole lot. My thoughts on it so far are that it's a cash grab if I'm, you know, in my mind of what TCL is doing. They know people want bigger TVs and they want to capitalize on it, and I feel like that's exactly what it is. It's a hot buy, right? It's a cheap 85-inch quantum dot television that gives you enough, not all the bells and whistles, but just enough of what people are looking for so that you're like, okay, I'll buy it. So I think that's what its place in the market is. At least those are my thoughts on it anyway. Ricardo, what's going on? You said, "Thank you, Quantum, for your videos. The best for you and your family." I appreciate that. Thank you. And same for you as well. We've got Craig. What's going on? You said, "Do you think Hisense or TCL will pass the big 3 in the future?" Honestly, if we're laying it out there, I think they already have, man. I think if we look at what TCL is doing, right, compared to Samsung with black levels, uniformity, features, TCL already blew past everything Samsung did that I saw at their most premium level with the QN series. You know, the QN90A, QN85A. Those TVs get baked every day of the week by that TCL. They do. They really do. Especially in motion. I don't know what Samsung's deal is with motion, but like it's like really bad lately. And then of course then we look at like other brands like Sony, who's like not even trying. Sony isn't Sony anymore. I mean, it is what it is, right? Okay, so then there's that, and then there's like LG, who never tried with LEDs. Their only purpose is, of course, to make the LEDs look garbage so that they can be like, see, look, OLED is so much better. Why don't you just buy that? Like, that's their whole purpose. So I feel like that's TCL. And then you have Hisense coming out, and they're hitting hard with TVs like the U8G. That TV is literally the strongest LED on the market right now at its price range. I haven't seen anything that like blows past it or really warrants the investment over it. Like I just haven't, because of the way it presents color. It's so rich, so pure, so vibrant. I think they need to increase their clarity because TCL is blowing past Hisense as far as clarity. So Hisense has got to go back to the drawing board there. But as far as some of the other stuff, they're getting it right. They really are. So I don't know. It's in my opinion, I feel like compared though to the big 3, I feel like we should just start calling TCL and Hisense the big 2 because they're in a league all of their own. The other manufacturers aren't trying to compete with LED customers anymore. In fact, they're all but saying we don't want your business at this point, because when you look at the kind of TVs they're giving you for that kind of money, you look back to like 2016 with TVs like the KS8000, where it was chrome trimmed. You turn on the Samsung TV, an illuminated logo comes on. It looked like corner to corner. It was a chromed out TV. It was sleek, man. That TV was luxury, pure unadulterated luxury. It's still in my living room, okay? I don't care it's only a 48 incher, but it's still in the living room. You know what I mean? It's that because it looks good. It's a centerpiece, right? And I feel like when you go at all of the other manufacturers, they really haven't cared like they should anymore. And I think that for me is where I kind of bow out and I'm like, okay, I'll go with somebody else. Now I know there's like a bias out there. A lot of people think like, oh, Chinese brand, CCP, and that every time I hear that, it like kills me because I'm just sitting here and I'm like, dude, like you really think Japan is like that different? You really think Korea is that different in the way that they present quality control? Especially when we see like Sony took 2 years to give people their VRR. And for everybody saying it's not exactly 2 years, I know it's not exactly 2 years, but I mean 2021 is almost over. We've got what, 3 months left? They really waited until the last second to avoid technically being 2 years. I mean, really, if it's 3 months left in the year, that's basically like 2 years. I mean, like you'll sneeze and it'll be Christmas, okay? So at this point, I feel like they took way too long, and a lot of people at this point, I can guarantee you, anyone with a 900H completely lost faith that they would be getting their VRR. They were like, it's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. Screw it. I'm just stuck with it, right? And then they get the news and they're like, oh shit, it's happening. Wow, how long was that? You know, so I feel like again, yeah, the big manufacturers out there, they're not about nothing these days, man. And yeah, that's long-winded, but that's kind of my approach and my thought process on that. Hey, shout out to TL Stock for becoming a new member. I appreciate it and thank you. And welcome to the VIP family. I appreciate all my members that come out and show the love and show the support. And we're getting news here from the missus that there is a pumpkin, in fact, for TL Stock. I don't know if you can see that. There you go, TL Stock. There you go, brother. You're going on the pumpkin wall behind me. It's hard to see, but that little wall right over there, all these names, these are all the members. My hands are off, but they're all over there. I promise, they're all over there. And I like doing things like this to give you guys like your shout out and your recognition for what you guys do for the channel, because you know you guys are literally like the everyday heroes that build this channel up. So shout out to TL Stock and welcome to the VIP family. I appreciate you, man. So then we've got more questions coming in. We're gonna answer them in order. I will try to anyway. So next we have Quantum. What do you think? What do you think of VR? Like regular, like just VR? I mean, I think it's a gimmick, really. I remember in 2013, Xbox came out with this like stage demo, and it was like Oculus Rift, and like everybody was talking about back then power of the cloud and how VR could transform everything, and people were really getting into the augmented reality thing. Hell, you really thought it was about to be Sword Art Online, you know, with how they were talking. Fast forward now, the power of the cloud is dead. We still have to buy these stupid expensive GPUs. We still have to buy these ridiculous expensive consoles. I mean, especially now, the price gouges, the so-called chip shortage. I mean, it's a nightmare. Gaming now is a joke. They want to charge $70 a game on PlayStation. And then, of course, greedy studios like EA's and then 2K are right behind them like, yeah, I'll cheer you on, Sony. Let's gouge these gamers. It's a shitty thing. It really is. And then, of course, you have Microsoft with Forza coming out this November, and they're just like, yeah, the base game is still a base game. It'll still be $59.99. And if you want to buy all the DLC, then you can buy the premium version for $100, which I usually do that anyway. See, I respect it when they come out and they tell you the premium version of this game is going to cost more. Because then, of course, with Forza, it's always expensive. New maps, sprawling land, new features and stuff like that, new cars. So there's a reason for it, right? But with games like, let's say something like, I don't know, Returnal. Why the hell would you pay $70 for Returnal? You play that game once, you beat it once. What is the replay value? I mean, there's virtually no replay value outside the story you already beat. There's nothing new. There are no challenges. There's not like a, hey, you beat this, so now welcome to the new challenge mode. When I was growing up, dude, we used to have cool shit. Like, after we beat games, you unlock a challenge mode. I remember sitting there and Marvel vs. Capcom 2 grinding so hard to unlock all these characters and shit. And it's just like that element of fun is like gone in gaming. I remember all my classic WWE games like SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain, right? And you're sitting there and you're grinding, trying to unlock every weapon, every arena, and it was a reward to replay these games for hours and hours. gaming now for $70 is a fucking joke. And pardon my French on that, but it is, because it's like, you're paying basically damn near the price of a console within 3 games at this price point. And it's just kind of like, why? Like, the games aren't better right now. The graphics aren't there. These studios are openly admitting, by the way, hey, we're figuring out how all this works, and we have to learn how to use ray tracing. We have to learn, okay, so if you need to learn it, don't put that price burden on me because you don't have your act together yet, I don't know. I get really salty when we talk about gaming and the prices they think that they're ready to charge. It's like this whole like price gouging thing happening in the world where everybody wants to charge more and more and more, but the goods aren't worth that, right? Like, everybody wants to inflate everything, but nobody wants to be realistic about what they're offering. So yeah, I get really sick and tired of people overcharging. And that's why, like, probably like most of you guys watching right now, I play all my old shit, dude. I will sit there on classic Kirby, on SNES all day, every day. I'll wait for prices to drop down. If they don't drop down, then screw it, kind of thing. Like, I don't know, man. Like, shit sucks, Like, it's just, it's crappy out there. So as far as VR, I think VR is a gimmick. I think it's one of those things they do to make people excited. I think the only people, and now I'm going to have to say this, if you got kids in the room or you got family members that might think you're watching something sketchy, turn off the volume, put in your headphones, okay? I'm going to say something that's a little risque, okay? The only people that VR is for, in my personal opinion, are those that are playing those virtual reality girlfriend games, sitting there pretending like they have a woman when they don't, and the guys that are watching VR porn. It's the only fucking reason. I mean, let's call it what it is, okay? Whatever your reason, you're lonely, you want it more realistic, whatever. But that's the only market I see VRR. Like, I guess that kind of makes sense, but not really. Even still, just go out and meet a girl. Like, I mean, shit. You know the body count of girls these days? Like, fuck, it's not hard. Like, what are you doing on VR games? Like, I don't know. I mean, I've been married for, like, many years at this point, so I guess I'm talking to the wrong demographic of, because if you're playing those games, you're not going to stop. I'm just like this loser married guy that's, like, so out of touch with reality. What do I know? But, yeah, so that's my point there. All right, so I'm done with the risque stuff. But, yeah, like, VRR, trash. Don't like it personally. That's just my approach, though. So we're going to get back to the questions. We're going to start answering some questions here with, if I can ever get the chat to load. Oscar, what's going on? You said, which one would you choose? The U7 versus the U8 65-inch. I would choose the U8G. That's my personal thing there. I'm dying right now. There's a guy in the stream that says, is there, my wife is dying. My wife is dying because we go through and we read the chats and stuff. And, somebody's asking, there is VR porn? And she's dying right now. And it's not making this easy. It's so fun right now, I swear to God.
Just change that man's life.
My wife says I just changed your life, I guess. I don't even know. I said I was done with the risque stuff. I lied to you. I am a liar. I have lied on this day, but it is okay because the Lost Nomad, that comment is gold, man. I mean, bro, and you put the double exclamation mark, so you're just like really shocked, Pikachu facing it. Oh my God, that got me, dude. I wasn't expecting that. That was like a sneak attack. All right, so let's get back on task. I want to shout out to Thang Nugent. What's going on, man? Welcome to the VIP family. And look at what we got here. Aw, snap. We got another member of the Pumpkin Wall. Look at that. TL Stock and Thang Nugent. Shout out to you guys for showing up today, becoming members. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate you guys, so I want to thank you guys for that. So we got more questions coming in. I'm still trying to catch my bearings. I don't recover very easily when I start laughing. I don't laugh easily, but when I laugh, I go and I go. It's the weirdest thing. So I'm trying to recover. Man, that shit was funny though. I'm not gonna lie. Ah, you got me, man. That shit was funny. All right. So we've got Joshua. What's going on? You said sending love from Australia, bro. You said love what you do. I appreciate you, man, and I hope everything's good over there in Australia. I know the situation is not great in a lot of areas. I have a lot of friends in Australia that tell me how bad things are, so I really hope that it's not at least that bad for you and things are at least good for you and your family. So Godspeed to everybody watching that's in Australia right now. I feel your pain. And yeah, looks like probably America will be there in no time at all at the rate things are going. But c'est la vie, right? We've got Alex Perez. What's going on, brother? Thanks for coming out. You said, hey, Quantum, how's it going? You said, just here to say hello. You said, and get your recommendation for a UHD Blu-ray player. Thank you for your hard work. Oh, man. Oh, you would ask a question and not even know that you accidentally triggered me. The other night, there I was watching my 4K Blu-ray player when all of a sudden, bullshit happened. Now, I'll make a video and I'll talk about it. But boy, when and I have to make a video about it instead of just talking about it because Lord knows it's going to be a long topic, a long live stream if I go over what happened. But I'll show you guys, and oh, we're going to have fun with that. I'm going to thoroughly, sadistically enjoy ripping that product apart. I can't wait. But yeah, as far as Blu-ray players, I say get a PS5, Xbox Series X, Xbox One X, Xbox One S. Just use that. That's what I'll say. Now, I'll tell you why in a future video, but yeah. Oh boy, we got a lot to talk about with that. Oh man, I can't wait to talk about that stuff. We've got Mr. Keenma. You said, how do you get the warm pool settings on the LG Speed 1? Huh? I'm lost. I don't understand. I'm lost. I don't know. I don't know how to respond. Do you think VR is the future, and will you review it? No, I can't say that I would review VR. I can safely say, like, if I went to my wife and I'm like, hey babe, I think I'm gonna try out one of those VR glasses. With her knowing my stance on VR, like I don't personally like it or care about it, right? I mean, the only other question would be, what you want it for, bro? What you doing, step bro? You know, like that's basically where we're at right now. So, no, will I review it? No, I don't. No, I'm all right. I don't like the VR stuff, man. The VR stuff is very niche. I would say very niche. And then, of course, all jokes aside, I really like coming from a military background. As much as I hate the military now, I like everybody always says thank you for your service. I always want to be like, shut the fuck up. Don't thank me for that shit. That shit was horrible. It was the worst decision I've ever made. Only reason I did it is because I was fucking poor, okay? I regret every second of it, and I'm paying for it for the rest of my life. Don't thank me for that shit. You're gonna send me into fucking PTSD like the Nom Cat, okay? Don't do it. I hate it. People don't even realize it. They're just being polite, and you gotta be like, you're welcome. You really brought me back to a place, though. You know, because sometimes they see like your driver's license has a star on it or something special, or they'll see that, oh, you have a military affiliation somehow. I won't say the specific military affiliation I have because that's too much personal information, obviously. But you get my point. And they'll be like, oh, I see that you're. I'm like, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, but yeah, no, I really, yeah, don't even know how I started getting on this rant, obviously, but you can tell I go down the road there, and I just. Boy, I'm in a place right now. Woosah and come back to reality. That's how, like, broken you get after literally talking about military and stuff like that. But yeah, no. Getting back on topic. Collecting myself and my bearings, we're going to talk about any reason why LG decided not to support DTS or even pass it through. Was it a licensing fee? I think that is a brilliant question for LG. So if any rep that works for LG or maybe has an inside track with LG, maybe at Best Buy or something, might know, sound off down below. I have no idea why they didn't include that. Troy, what's going on, brother? Thanks for coming out tonight. You said mentioning Chinese or Asian branded TVs, do the research where Sony and Samsung are home based, plus TCL is American based. Yeah, a lot of these so-called like Chinese brands actually have like American based, and when they do their marketing, they're out of America. I know Vizio got bought out by an American company or something like that. I know TCL, they're like the official TV of Ellen DeGeneres. You've got Hisense, they're based out of Atlanta, Georgia. So it's so funny when people are like, well, at least the U.S. division. So when people are like, oh, I don't know, I won't buy a Chinese TV. We won't go doing that. I'm like, why are we oddly racist against the Chinese? Do you know they are like the coolest fucking people? They're like really friendly. You ever met Chinese people? These people aren't doing anything. Like, now, again, I'm talking in a general sense as far as the people. I mean, because it seems like people, like, every time I talk about the Chinese TVs, they're just like, there goes Beijing Quantum. I'm like, can we stop? Can we not? Like, I'm not CCP. I'm not bought and paid off just because I like a brand that offers more. I'm American. I mean, shit. You go to Costco's. I guarantee you, when you're fucking buying clothes for the lowest property or the lowest price possible, right? You're not gonna think about the poor person in another country somewhere that was like maybe in a sweatshop with suicide nets that had to like make that shirt. You're probably just gonna be like, sweet, $5. And you're gonna throw it on, you know what I mean? You're not gonna care. So, let's stop giving the Chinese brands such a hard rep. That's just my personal thing. I feel like, it's one of those things. But yeah, Troy, a lot of these places are based out of the U.S. and a lot of people don't know that. So yeah, it's frustrating for me though, because it's always annoying. And I gotta say this, it's funny, like being a content creator and an AV creator, you will always find people. I swear to God, like there are seasons. Like when I had the Q8FN, everyone and their mother and them were like, "Oh, here we go. He's working for Samsung." When the following year hit and they had shit TVs, and then there was the Sony that was better, everybody was like, "Oh, here we go. Now he's working for Sony." I'm like, do I just switch jerseys every year? Is this like a thing? Am I just like whipping the jerseys out of the back? I'm throwing them on and I'm just like, yes, I rep you today and tomorrow you'll get your turn. Not today. You wait in the corner, dark corner. And that's just, like, I don't know. People are just weird about that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's the strangest thing to me, man. We've got, Jose, you said, are you going to do a TV shootout this year? I try to avoid doing TV shootouts. I try to just give general information about TVs because, truth be told, if I'm being 100% honest with you, you will never see a benefit from a TV shootout. Never. Don't care who does them. Value Electronics, HDTV Test, anyone else. If you're doing TV shootouts and you're like recording them, I mean, you're wrong. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to be able to realistically show people, like, hear me out on this, real talk. You're not going to be able to show people the different levels of luminosity of each display. When I'm doing just two TVs, my camera has a hard time getting the real world representation of both. One TV will have a different white balance and I'll be like, that's not at all what it looks like in real life. I'll get like at least 30 comments within the hour of people like, "Oh, well, I don't know what your settings are. My TV's not that red." And I'm like, it's the fucking camera. Cameras do their own thing. It's processing. You ever heard of a camera processor? Come on, man. Take your phone out right now. Record any TV in your house. I guarantee you it will juice that shit up. Meanwhile, YouTubers all day, every day will sit there and they'll be like, hey, yeah, it looks good, man. This is the best TV I've ever seen. And it's like, I'm in the game. I know what you're doing. You think you're slick. Yeah, I see what you're doing. You're juicing it up and you're making it look better. But we know it's the out-of-the-box bullshit. And because out-of-the-box is naturally so desaturated, because they just neuter everything, it's at a point, like, when I get on and I do my comparisons, and I start showing people, here are the out-of-the-box settings, by the time people get to my video, they write it off as misinformation. We'll talk about that in a second. Because it's new information. Because nobody is going to put the time in that I am right now to, like, literally, number one, do what I'm doing right now, right? Like, real talk, let's be people, right? Break the fourth wall and just tell you how this business works and what's going on in it, right? Take your professional experience and help people. Give settings out for $5. Like, people don't do that shit. People want to make the most money because they're greedy, right? I just want to keep the channel alive and keep units coming so I can keep being helpful and have fun, right? I like this shit. This shit's fun for me, So, and then, but like, it's funny because like when people watch somebody like HDTV Test or like Stop the FOMO or whoever else they watch, right? And they'll see a certain way the TV was represented. They'll be like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. I went to his video and it looks way better on his video. He's probably using juiced up settings on his camera. Probably isn't dialed in correctly. I guarantee you, if you shoot the shit correctly and you shoot it the way it's supposed to be shot, and by that I just mean you're using a high dynamic range format, you're going to see the differences. And you're going to see how washed out everything is. People wonder, I'll tell you my secret, right? There's no secret. How is it that when you watch my footage looks so different from everybody else? I'm shooting an HDR. Usually it's HLG. And I take that HLG footage and I don't even fuck with it, dude. I just dial it in properly in camera and I throw it right back at you so you can see exactly what it looks like. And when I can't do that, then I shoot in the next best thing. I'll find something that works to show you the most amount of dynamic range. But when you're using a cell phone, it only has so much dynamic range, and you're going to see colors start to get juiced up, black levels get crushed out, and it gets frustrating for me. So to the idea of doing a shootout is so misleading, because you're going to have so many different TVs that are going to be racking all over the place with different exposure levels, different compensation levels. And like I was saying earlier, you know, the misinformation thing, I swear to God, these are the same people in our society now labeling everything they don't like as misinformation. Because that's really what it is, man. The moment you say something they don't like, they hate you, I swear to God, I have so many C1 people that I remember from like last year that were C10 guys come back on the channel and be like, oh, that's the guy Quantum. You're a great guy, man. I love your videos. It's like, you were just telling me I'm a goddamn clown, like literally last year under the same account, and you think I don't remember a year ago? Like, these are the same people. Like, what it is it's like, it's a shock for them, right? It's a shock to hear something different, and when they hear it, they're just like, oh, that's misinformation. We all know that like tag word that people love to use. Like, everything that you don't agree with, misinformation. And of course, if we don't burn the books, I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I'll leave it. That's where I'll leave it. And you know exactly what I said. Because that's what's happening right now with YouTube. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Why can't people just talk and have an open public square? Why do we need all this oversight when people have opinions? If it's misinformation, what's the harm? You know what I mean? And I feel like when people come to my channel, they expect me to say things exactly the way they've heard it on other people's channels. So let's pretend for 2 seconds that this whole channel is misinformation. There isn't anything truthful about this channel, right? I mean, if that was the case, how am I proving it scientifically? You know what I mean? I don't know. I get annoyed. I get so annoyed by it. So yeah, do I go off on tangents sometimes? Yeah, because I start thinking about it, and I think about your questions, and I take it to heart, and I take it personally. So at the very least, you know I'm being honest with you, because I'm actually having the dialogue and thinking about it, and you can see me talk and think about it on camera. This is actually how I am. This is like, I think about shit. So yeah. So no, I won't do a shootout. Joshua says, yo, what it do? What it do, bro? We've got Crazy. You said the only thing I'll buy is a $300. Wait, the only thing I'll buy for $300 is GTA 6? Bro, you do realize GTA 6 is not coming out till 2042, right? I mean, come on. They've been teasing us. You know, the Rockstar Games presents GTA 5. And you're like, no, no, not again. And they keep doing it, bro. It's the worst. It's literally the worst. I'd pay $70 for a game that has you explaining TVs. Well, I appreciate it. I'm not gonna lie, that'd be a boring game. I'd be pretty bored with that game. I'd probably toss it in the trash because I already know the stuff. But I guess if like, I mean, there is a computer building game. So, I mean, informational games do exist. But man, that'd be rough for me. 2K is garbage. Yes, they are. We've got, I didn't even know that VR stuff existed. And then we've got, I think the VR future is crazy. We've got, my wife and I watch it together. Watch what together? Nani? Right. You're just trying to get me, bro. There's no way, man. You got me over here like, what is happening right now? John, what's going on? You said, do you have a video on the C1 that is the best for motion and reducing judder? I mean, I think motion's pretty damn good either way, dude. Like, I don't have any video specifically addressing motion because it's so good I didn't have to. So, not really. But I do address, like, how I go about setting up motions in my settings video for sure. Question. Darkroom, looking for the best 65 to 70 inch 4K that will provide great color, clarity, brightness when streaming. Thank you so much. I don't have an answer for you right now. I'm actually compiling a list, and I'm getting ready to make a video on that particular topic. So I'll to be continued. We'll put a pin in that, and I'll because I gotta survey everything, you know, and see what everything is offering in that size and price range and feature to value ratio and all that. But I'll get back to you on that and make sure I'm giving you the right information on that, at least as far as like what I would personally do myself with the experience and knowledge that I have, not just like being a dick and being like, oh yeah, buy this, it's cheap. Just buy it, you know, so that's just what I'll say there. We've got Carlos. You said, "Hey, Quantum, love the content. I currently have a Q900 RB 65-inch." You said, "Do you think I need to upgrade? I watch movies and play video games daily." Not really. I mean, it's the Quantum.tv and it's full array. I mean, really, you're fine. I wouldn't upgrade unless you like really want, 120 hertz gaming or Dolby Vision gaming. I'll do a video on that to talk about Dolby Vision gaming, by the way, because a lot of people are saying that it's like the best thing in the world, and we'll really investigate that. Is it though? I mean, is it really that different from HDR? That's something we're gonna have to find out. HDR10 versus Dolby Vision gaming. It's a video. Let's make it happen. I swear to God, I don't know why I just said that out loud, because I can guarantee you there's gonna be like 8 trolls in the AV community that are like, "Yeah, that's a good video. Let me plug that shit. Let me be the first one to do it." I'm gonna be like, "It was my idea. I was the first guy that I did that." Happens a lot in this community. You'll see. Shout out to Lo. Thank you for your donation of $5. Lo says, "What's up, bro? Watching here in the Turks and Caicos Island. Nice. All right." You said, "I watch a lot of movies and games sometimes. The U8G or TCL. Also, do these TVs have gigabit port?" Gigabit port. I mean, I'm unfamiliar what you mean with like a gigabit port. Maybe I'm stupid, but I'm not familiar with a gigabit port. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. You mean like an Ethernet port or something like that? I don't know. I don't know. But as far as your question goes, I would say you watch movies, TV shows. I'm imagining it's the normal stuff. I don't know. Personally, if it was me, I'd probably go. That's rough. I probably would go for the TCL because I like motion better than almost anything else. Like, I hate Black Crush, and I feel like Black Crush is super shitty. But for me, motion is non-negotiable. If your motion is bad, I'm gonna start feeling sick, and so that for me, that's where I'd probably go TCL R646. Looks like we've got another pumpkin. Oh dear. And this one's for you, Mr. Lowe. So I want to thank you for donating again. Your $5 donation is appreciated towards the channel. Thank you, brother. And everybody that donated tonight, you guys are superstars, and you guys are going to go up on the pumpkin wall. Of course, at the end of the video. We've got, man, these chats are coming in like crazy. I've got to speed up the chats here. Okay, yeah. So, like, I guess I'm an idiot because I don't really know, like, verbiage on everything. You were asking if it was an Ethernet port. My wife showed me a picture and she's like, yeah, no, it's yeah. Because I call it Ethernet, like, that's the only way I know it. Like, I guess I'm just stupid like that. But yeah, it has an Ethernet port, yeah. Most TVs nowadays have an Ethernet port, if I'm not mistaken. I think, like, almost all of them. A lot of them, like, that's a normal thing. So you should be fine. I could probably check and verify if like some other models do, if you like have some questions about those, but I'm pretty sure you should. It's a pretty normal thing to have. Okay, I've got so many missed chats, so if I missed your question, I do apologize. I'll try to answer it as fast as I can. We've got, sometimes in life, you save money for things that aren't worth it. If you take into consideration the amount of use you get over the years, it's actually fair. Meh. We've got buy a dedicated UHD player, bro. Panny, Sony, Oppo, etc. Are you sure about that? That's all I'll say about that, bro. I'll show you something, and I swear to God, I already know I'm going to eat like 50 dislikes, and they're going to be like, that's your experience, that's not mine. But the experience exists. It exists. And I think so long as that exists, there's a comparison that needs to happen. And I'm just saying, I've got something to show you guys. Sometimes, I already read that one. We've got bigger is better, right? No, not always. In fact, bigger is actually worse. Because what you end up doing is you're just stretching out your pixels arbitrarily. There's no real reason to go that big. It's basically like if I were to take, I don't know, just a regular print. A regular print, not ever intended to go beyond 1920 by 1080. Right? That's the resolution. It maxes out, right? Okay? I want to put it on a billboard. I want to put it on an 85 to 100 inch TV. That's basically billboard size. You're going to see so much blurriness and fuzziness, and that's why they're trying to push 8K, because TVs are never supposed to be that big. That's projector territory. I've been trying to tell people this for years. People always just see the bigger TV, and that's what they want. and you're never going to break that. That's just human nature, I suppose. But honestly speaking, like, I wouldn't do that. Like, I stick with a max of 65 inches because I understand past that there is going to be a loss in pixel density, and that's like not worth it for me, because then now I've got to start getting more resolution. More resolution, as you know, is more expensive, so that means gaming's going to be more expensive on PC and all that other stuff. It's just not worth it for me. So yeah, I don't think bigger is better. I really don't. We've got Alex Perez. You said hit that like button, guys. Hit that like. I appreciate that. Yeah, what he says. Smack a like on the video. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. We've got PS5 can't do Dolby Vision. Xbox has never been a decent Blu-ray player. We've got proud military vets right here. You're all alone in that boat compared to me. I have never, and I'll be very real with you, out of all the guys I've known in the military, I have never met a single one that's genuinely proud of it. Everybody like that I've met that's in the military, every single one of them, we've all kind of had this feeling like, I'm a fucking slave. Like, I work long hours. If I were to work this out hourly, I would be making a king's ransom, but because I'm getting paid salary, they overwork me. It's not worth it. The work's hard, the job's thankless, and it's shitty. And then you get medical problems after a while if you're unfortunate. I would never recommend the military, especially now. Like, they're literally, like, come on, dude. Like, what they're doing now with the military is so fucked. It's so fucked. Like, I could go into it, but of course it would be labeled misinformation. So I won't say a word about it, because on this platform, you're not allowed to be open and honest about the world you live in. But you know exactly what I said. So, moving along. We've got Curtis. You said, 8 months till I hit my 20? You're 20 years old? All right. Well, congratulations, man. We've got, I can't pronounce that very well. You responding to another comment. That's fine. We've got Some8. What's going on? Thanks for coming out tonight. Thanks for being a VIP member. You said, Subquantum, I recently joined. You said, what TVs do you currently own? What don't I own? C1, the 900E, KS8000, W800B, FH6030, Vizio E-Series television. Hell, what else is there? I don't know. I currently have a U7G in my possession from Hisense, Sony A8G Bravia OLED, a lot of TVs. What can I say? I just buy them. You know, I like TVs. What can I say? We've got Curtis. Does the LG C1 still have gaming options grayed out? No. The recent patch for the game bar fixed that, so you should be good to go there. Can't believe you suggested PS5 and Xbox as you go excuse me here. As you go to UHD player, best Blu-ray disc player was the PS3 when it comes out. PS4 isn't dedicated Blu-ray disc player. I mean, you say that. Wait till the video. I might just prove you wrong. Yeah, you might just see something, man. I'm just saying. Mr. Kima, what's going on? You said, sorry about the mid-type message. You said, how do I get to the Warm 2 settings? You can't find the Warm 2 settings. I mean, they don't really go Warm 2. It's just kind of like you lower it down to like Warm 50, and that's going to have to be like your Warm 2. Counteractively, if you're in game mode, you can activate the game bar, and then you can go into blue light filter and reduce it. They have a couple different levels. Level 1 is, I guess, the equivalent of like a Warm 1. If you go to level 2, then that's the equivalent of like the most overpowered version of that. So it would be the equivalent of like a Warm 3. We've got KJB99. What's going on, man? You said non-AV related, but you hype for One Piece tomorrow. We're getting closer and closer to the show. Yes, man. What? Finally, a One Piece guy. Yo, you get one. Round of applause. Because really, it's like I'm all alone in this anime boat, man. It's awesome, man. Like, bro, tell me, anyone who's seen it, tell me you've seen the manga, dude. Oh my god, Luffy. What did he do? What did he become? Like, I love it. I absolutely love it. It's sick. And like watching the progression and watching him like grow and get his ass beat and beat and beat and beat through the series, and to now see him at the level he's at now, like I'm just over here. I'm just like, my boy Luffy growing up. I get so happy when I see that shit, man. I really do. But yes, I am excited for One Piece tomorrow. Hopefully, I have time to do it tomorrow. I've got so much damn work I've always got to do. We've got getting Oculus Rift Quest 2 for my kid for Christmas. You said now telling. I'm sorry, you said now you just messed everything up telling me there's VR porn. Dang you. Well, there is. I mean, it's not news. I mean, that's what these people are using them for. I mean, you've got to come on. How am I? Come on, you've got to have run into that. Like, trust me when I tell you, like that's a known thing. I know a certain. I'm not. He's gonna be pissed off if I dead name him. I don't want to name him though. I think a lot of you guys could kind of know the AV YouTuber. Not really an AV YouTuber, kind of a conspiracy theorist YouTuber. That kind of does what I've been talking about, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. If you know who I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about, and that's what I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna dead name him. I don't want to be. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to put him out. I don't want to air him out because love is hard. I get it. I get it. Love is hard, but there's a guy that I know of. And yeah, I'm just gonna stop because I'll probably dead name him. This shit would be so funny. Oh my god, you can see his fucking face watching the video back. He's like, that son of a bitch. Oh, let me digress, because some of you guys have no idea what I'm talking about. It's like half the community probably is like, I know who he's talking about, and the other half is like, the fuck is this guy on about? So let me just move on. Alright, so, no spoilers, please. Oh my god, you're at episode 185? Boy, you're in for one of the most epic treats ever, dude. Like, oh, just grind through it, man. Tough it out, man. I will meet you in the land of Wano no matter what. I'll keep my mouth shut. But, bro, when I tell you, Wano's getting serious. And I'm kind of glad you said no spoilers because, boy, it's kind of hard to keep track of who actually watches the show because I probably would have just blurted out, like, all the stuff I'm excited for. Shout out to Justin Kufman. Thank you for becoming a member. Welcome to the VIP member family, the VIP family. I appreciate that. Again, all you guys that are VIPs, you really do help the channel out. And, of course, I appreciate all the support from all of you guys watching right now and just being subscribers and having fun and just coming out tonight. So thank you all for spending a little time with me tonight. We've got, what is this? It's okay. It's a response to another comment. And we've got, what do you think about the Q955 8K at this time? I wouldn't buy it, you said, or do I wait? You said, what do you think about Samsung? Will they soon have... I think Samsung's going OLED next year. I really do, or something close to it. I wouldn't buy this year. Personally, I don't really feel like they're going to do a whole lot this year. And we've got oh no, look at what we've got here. We've got a pumpkin right there for you, Justin Kaufman. So thank you again for being a VIP member. Shout out to you guys, all you guys who are showing up. And again, to all of the people who donated tonight so far and became members, look at you guys. You guys are rock stars. Thank you guys so much. You guys, seriously, you guys are awesome. Appreciate you. So we've got more coming in from Curtis. You said, what size is the sweet spot? For me, the sweet spot is 55 inches. You just have to have a room, I guess, that accommodates the 55. Because when you're anywhere from, I'd say, honestly, 6 to 7 feet away, you could even extend it out maybe 8 or 10 feet even. You really don't need bigger than a 55 inch because it will be immersive. But, of course, if you're sitting further away, like 20 feet or something like that, then, yeah, you might need a bigger screen. We've got Ibra. What's going on, brother? You said, hey, brother. You said, number one brand in honesty. I appreciate that. Thank you. We've got Jacob. What's going on? You said, from your experience, what do you think the input lag was on the TCL R646 outside of game mode? Game mode sounds like a no-go. I think I did an input lag test. I really do, because I reviewed it, so you're going to have to check out the input lag part of it, because I don't remember those figures off the top of my head. Not off the top. Input lag was acceptable from what I remember. It wasn't anything bad. What's the TV behind you? It's the Samsung Q8 FN 55 inch. It's like one of my champions. I fucking love this TV, dude. This TV is like, it's literally like the Slayer. You know how much everybody hates me for like knocking on the current Samsungs? I swear, if I bring this TV out of retirement or out of commission and just start comparing it against other TVs, people are going to start getting real pissed off, and they're like, "Yeah, we know you only like it because you own it. It's a fixed review." Like, I'm telling you, people get like that. So yeah, no, this TV's awesome though. I love it. Q8FN. Mark, what's going on? You said Southern. What is that? Southern Exposure, Bright Room, viewing mostly cable, PS5, U8G. Or I'm sorry, H8G, or the C1. I'd go the C1 all day, every day. It is like the best TV I've seen. We've got what? We've got KJ. You said enjoy it. I promise. What I said wasn't a spoiler, but I'll definitely keep a lock on it. I'll be waiting for you in the land of. Yes, man, the land of Wano, man. You got to, man, got to. Jason, what's going on? You said the game mode reference. That is game mode reference. I don't understand. Trevor, you said best 75-inch TV. I'll be doing for all you guys wondering, I'll be doing a video letting you guys know what the best 75-inch TVs are, so you guys won't have to guess about that. I'll be doing it within the next couple of videos here, so seriously, you guys won't have to worry about that. Basically, I've got my final list, more or less, but I'm making sure that there aren't any hidden models that I didn't know about out there. So, yeah, I'll be putting that stuff out there real soon for you guys. I'm a few chapters behind, but I'm planning on catching back up. But yeah, I love the manga. Yeah, it's epic. I really do love it. Like, really do. We've got Jacob. You said because I've heard a lot from people, including Q, the game mode colors were washed out. Game mode is it's not that game mode is washed out on the Q8FN. I think it's more like the local dimming just doesn't work. It's just shitty. Like, local dimming is trash, and Samsung always does that. Even on the newer models, like, local dimming isn't the best. It's, like, weaker for some reason. It's like, to get input lag prioritization, you gotta sacrifice some serious shit, and it's really annoying. We've got... Hold on, we've got more... Man, I got a lot of comments here. Hold on. We've got... December. What's going on? You said, salute you, Quantum and chat. You said you think LG might pull a Sony with Dolby Vision 124K? What do you mean? I mean, right now, the LG is the only TV right now that supports Dolby Vision with 120 hertz gaming. Like, there is not a single TV I've seen that's done it like LG with the C1. So, as far as the C10 or some of the older models, probably not likely. LG likes to make that money, so if you have an older model that's cheaper, getting the feature of a newer TV, they probably, especially when they didn't promise it, I don't see them like coming out of the woodworks and being like, here are old valued customers, here you go. Like, I don't see them ever doing that. No, they're too greedy for that. We've got Jason, what's going on? You said, I got you. Well, that sucks. I was debating on buying that. We've got the anime series I've seen so far are Saint Seiya, Fist of the North Star, Dragon Ball Z, OG, Dragon Ball Z, GT, and Super, Pokemon, One Piece, Beyblade, and of course, the Shaman King. Yeah, man, those are some good animes, man. I can't list all of the animes I've seen, but I can tell you, man, like, it goes so much deeper than just like Dragon Ball Z and like all that other stuff. For me, like, dude, if you wanna get hit in the feels, right? Watch you some Your Lie in April. I promise you, if it just doesn't, bam, like, you know, like, if it just doesn't hit you right, it's just, man, there's something missing, man. Like, because I'm telling you, that show had, like, at first, I'm not even gonna lie, my wife started watching the show, and that's how I got into, like, the different genres of anime. Because at first I was like, nah, if it's not action anime, I don't want to watch it, right? I'm in guy mode, right? And then my wife comes up, she's watching this anime, and I'm like, there's no action. They don't get hurled through mountains. I'm bored. But then the more I watch the story, I'm like, okay, and then what happens next? And then, like, by episode 5, I'm like, okay, but, like, what happens next? And then I get my fucking heart broke. You would think my puppy was ran over on the side of the road, and I just had to rehabilitate him with 3 legs, and it's just this dramatic, bro, it was the worst. It was the worst feeling. but also very rewarding, and I love that fucking show so much. So, you know, it's one of those fucking things. Yeah, there are a lot of animes like that, though. Oh my god, The Silent Voice, they did me dirty. Oh my god, fuck that movie. I'm so mad, dude. I'm so mad, even now. That movie did me so dirty. You know, like, there are movies out there in anime, like, if you're just getting into, like, watching a bunch of anime, dude, expand the horizons, man. It gets so good. Like, literally so good. So, yeah, not to rant too much, but yeah, definitely try to get up on some anime, man, because I can recommend some good shit for real. And anybody wondering, just trying to get an anime, I recommend good stuff. And not those softcore porns that some of you bastards out there be recommending to people. You guys are evil. I see some of you guys out there with your recommendations. Oh man, I won't say what they are, but I see you. It's not good. It's not good stuff what you're doing to people. Oh man, but yeah, let's go on and answer Wilson's comment. You said, bro, the reason I got the Hisense H9G. Oh, you're the reason I got the H9G. Yes, I'm glad. I'm glad I could help you out. You said, love Fist of the North Star. We've got, what phone do you use? I use a few different phones, actually. The one in my hand right now is a Samsung Galaxy